works out or not. We married for good. And I think that's part of what attracted these two young people to each other. And so it will be for the rest of their lives. So, these rehearsal
Don't scare
dinners-
them.
Don't scare them. What I researched on the internet, what I can remember is that these things are kind of like toasts and roasts. So I'm going to start that off. I'm going to tell 3 stories about my wonderful son. And then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Henry. And then we'll go from there. So we'll start with the first story about Nicholas. It was around about when he was 5. And I'm not sure that this story is altogether there, but I think the moral of the story is good. Those of you that don't as well, know that my politics are a little bit warped at times. Nicholas got 5 full years of that before we sent him out into the free world. And he went to school, and it was either kindergarten or first grade, I don't know. But he was in class, and the teacher was talking about the golden rule. And she asked who knew what the golden rule was. And Nicholas did, and he shot his hand right up there, and he knew the golden rule. And he was called up, and he stood right up, and he said, "The men with the gold make the rules." 20 years later, that's still true, isn't it? And then fast forward about 10 or so more years, Nick was getting a little older, and one of the things that we share, both of us, is an enjoyment of some of the same music. Some of the stuff he listens to is kind of like noise to me, and some of the stuff I listen to is real boring to him, but there's some real intersections in the middle. There's some stuff that we enjoy together. And a lot of the music, some of it made before he was born, and some of it made just recently. We enjoy it together. And of course, like many people my age, I've got an old record collection and no turntable that works. So, they're just things that you can look at. If you're a young person, you don't know what they sound like. And so one day, Nicholas had been looking through my record collection, and like I say, he was maybe 13, 15. And he had made a discovery, and he came to me and he said, "Paul McCartney had another band before Wings?" Oh. And I explained to him he did, a little group called the Beatles. Yeah, they made a few records. The final story is one that's still playing itself out today. And it's really not a story. It's something that I think is an evolution. And in order to tell it, I have to explain that I have 3 sons. And the youngest one, I think, is out in the hallway playing.
I'm right here. I'm filming you. Yeah.
I have 3 sons, one that's 11, one that's 18, and one that's 25. And I kind of have a whole different relationship with all 3 of them. With the 11-year-old, I still know everything. I can fix anything. It was just like it. And with the 18-year-old, I don't know nothing. I can't say nothing. It couldn't be anything like me. And with the 25-year-old, he's coming around. You were right about that. And that's a really neat relationship to have. He's coming around, he's asking my advice on things, and I'm really glad to have him as my son. I'm really glad. So I think cheers to Nicholas and Angela. And I pass it over to Mr. Sherry. Thank you all for coming.
All right.
You're
research.
too me.
What we're doing at these rehearsal vendors. I didn't, so I'm not really prepared for anything other than to say that I'm real glad to have Nick become a son. And I'm proud as all get out of our daughter. It's kind of like the same story that Al said about Nick on the last dinner. She kept saying all her life she wasn't like me. She's become more and more like it because she wants to admit it or not. I'm proud of the lost results in our family. Hope it'll last forever. Everybody have the best man. Nick's going.
Well, I just found out this a while ago also. And I'm not as good a talker as my brother. I couldn't be happier for Nick and Angela, and I've known Angela for several years now. I knew it was that if this ever happened, that it would take a woman like Angela. But it is great to see that, you know, two different families from two different cultures and all that stuff. Come together like this. I wish you all the best, but it's obvious you guys are happy together. I really hope you guys come back, not to push the issue. It's really great. That's all I can say. Cheers. Cheers.
Let's hear some Angela stories. I worked hard.
Well, we certainly are really grateful. I know a lot of people have really worked hard for us on this wedding. I think we got off real easy. I live in Phoenix, fly in, and everybody put on a show for us and have everything all perfect. We really appreciate everybody doing this for us. It just shows how much y'all love us. It's awesome. We'll love everybody some favors. I couldn't be happier. It just happens. It does. Things that you just on one day wake up and realize that this is it. I finally found the person I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with. I couldn't be happier. So let's party, guys. Yeah, let's do that. Yes, to say thank you for everybody that's a part of this wedding. We did get some gifts for everybody, so I guess we'll do that. Yeah. I appreciate it.
What are you doing? Oh.
Mr. Best Man.
It's funny watching
All right.
the bride and groom
Mr.
hand out
Usher.
presents. Sweet.
Dwight.
funny watching the bride and groom hand out presents to the party?
So I think
7 months, yeah, no pictures.
This is great.
All right, guys.